Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time and spending it with us this busy Thursday afternoon. So the goal is that you walk away with nuggets, as I always say, right? We try to huddle up every week and figure out what's hot, what's not, and bring all of this valuable information to our agents so they can make more sales, help more families at the end of the day. So today's presentation, I promise you, is going to be very unique, something you have not heard before. You're going to learn about some new sales strategies, new products, new concepts that you have not only have you not seen or not aware of, okay, but you probably didn't even think this existed in the market. Okay, this is a carrier that is very highly rated, still privately held or partially privately held. And what's so unique is your competitors, for the most part, don't have access. Okay, so make sure you take out a pen, paper, your notes app, jot down questions, comments. We want to hear from you. Use the question box on the right-hand side. We're also going to have our question of the day at the end. Whoever answers first and correctly wins your choice, Amazon Echo or Amazon Tablet, or I even have gift cards here. So you get to pick, okay? You get a choice of one. So hopefully you're the winner. We'll announce your name at the end. So real quick, let's jump right in here. We have a lot to cover in a short amount of time. We have about 45 minutes. So sit back, relax, and take plenty of notes, like I said twice already. So left side, a few of those bullets. What you're going to hear about today is the top, bar none, hands down, return of premium product in the space. Okay? So when you talk about free insurance, okay, especially with some living benefits, it's a slam dunk sale. So you need to get your arms wrapped around this. Plus, you got to remember the scholarship program combined with some of these great products. We're going to show you a real life illustration at the end. When you get your arms around this concept, okay, and you speak to parents, right, that maybe have kids in elementary or middle school, right, that are going to college, or grandparents, this is going to be a slam dunk. On the right-hand side, we're going to talk about some great living benefit options. We're going to talk about the new streamlined non-med process with the e-application. We have a hybrid product we're going to touch on, incentives, all of the above. Okay, and I don't care if you're working premium finance, if you're working final expense, mortgage protection, if you love to sell cheap term, whatever the case is, this is going to be a little something for everyone on the call. I promise you that, okay? Right now, I was talking about this earlier, there is no better industry to be part of, okay? Hands down. LIMRA statistics, and I mentioned this 6 times already in the last 6 weeks, LIMRA statistics have shown the first quarter of 21, sales are up 11% higher than they've ever been since 1983. Okay, so more policies are being sold now, okay, than really ever in history. So you all need to make sure your foot is on the gas. You have some of these creative strategies in your branding and marketing, okay? You have to be known as the life insurance guru of Scottsdale, right, or Jersey, or wherever you're calling in from, okay? If you have a few different non-resident states, even better. Your footprint is larger. So please, think of Facebook ads, videos, okay, YouTube. Have your spouse hold up their smartphone tonight while you're talking about the hottest return of premium free life insurance product in the industry, okay, by far. And you can feel comfortable saying that, okay? All right, let's jump right in. I couldn't believe this. I got a text message. In fact, the agent's on right now. This agent sent me a text at 10:30 p.m. last night, right before I got in the shower. I looked down, and I won't mention his name. I didn't even know he had my cell phone number, but it's okay. But anyway, look at the right-hand side. Bill, I just got my contracting done with Bestow. A male age 52 can get $1 million of term coverage for 15 years for $132 a month. This platform is slick. And then he's responded back a few times saying how he's going to run with this, and do I think living benefits are coming soon? And I said, yes. Okay, this is to have a product this competitive on a direct-to-consumer platform, approved start to finish in 9 minutes. Okay, this is the start of something new. Okay, and think about, I always say this to myself, 7, 8 years ago when Insure Me Now Direct was top of mind, it was a dream, right? And the carriers and especially the underwriters looked at me like I was nuts. They said, Bill, there's no way we're going to issue a life insurance policy on someone where the agent has not had a chance to see the client face to face. Okay, and look at today. Look what's happened. Okay, think of Bezos. Think of Jeff Bezos, right? Think of his Amazon idea, 25 years ago, 20 years ago, when he told his friends that he was going to build this website and it was going to have every product you can think of where the client can buy at a discounted price and have it shipped to their house within 2 days. Okay, they thought he had 8 heads. They said there's no way. And then when he said he's going to call it Amazon, they really thought he was crazy. They probably thought he was on some crazy drug or something. Well, fast forward, look at today. Okay, obviously Amazon is the largest retailer, right, in the world, bar none, hands down. And Insure Me Now Direct has legs. It's on its way with these new competitive products. There is nothing that comes close. Okay, just like the KCL return of premium product that you're going to hear about today. Nothing comes close, and these are the differentiators that you need to be selling, marketing to, okay? Doesn't matter. But what's unique? What's different? Why should these prospects work with you versus the other 900,000 agents in the U.S.? Okay, that's how you need to think. What's the differentiator? What makes Amazon so unique, right? It's the convenience and the pricing, okay? Think Amazon. Think Insure Me Now Direct. All right, left side, real quick. This is another agent sent this in. Bill, I have a retired teacher I'm working with. She would not have a dental or vision plan once she retired. I told her about Insure Me Now Direct. She went there, signed up Friday of last week. Today, I received my check, and I'm not even on direct deposit. The system works. Thank you for having this platform, okay? This is real life. 2 different agents. All right, let's keep moving. Real quick, and by the way, we're getting a little background noise. I don't know if someone is on speaker. Okay, I think it's better now. Okay, what's new at Levinson? And then we're going to introduce our feature presenter. Robert's joining us. But real quick, I want to mention what are we talking about now here at the Levinson headquarters, top left corner, Carrie's Corner. Okay, these are the personal one-on-one stories, articles that Carrie, my father, puts together for our agents, right? Just to remember at the end of the day why we do what we do. So this is an article all about MLM pyramids, the truth behind MLM. And now, we always see these different schemes or platforms popping up. Now, there's a platform that's marketing to agents. They want to recruit agents, and they want you to sell on a platform similar to Insure Me Now Direct. The problem is they're not paying a commission. It's a referral fee. And the worst case, you're not the agent of record. They are. So you're building a book of business for this company. You have nothing to show for it after 5 years. Or what happens when your client needs to make a beneficiary change and they need a beneficiary change form and they call you and you can't call the home office because you're not the agent of record. Okay, so ask the right questions. Bottom left corner, 20% guaranteed leads are back. We overloaded the vendor about a month ago. They hired more people now. They are back in full effect. So make sure you're on that webinar coming up. Top right corner, the $100 referral bonus program. If you know anyone, send them over. We'll put them in your downline if you want, or you get a $100 referral fee. Bottom right corner, agency automator, CRM tool, website. It's all free. We give you a trial now, 30 days. You get 1,000 lead credits or prospects. And then we have a new plug-in module for lead tracking that allows you to keep notes on all of your leads and, most important, track your leads for follow-up. Okay, let's jump right in. We have our feature presenter of the day, Mr. Robert Petzel, my good friend from Kansas City Life. Rob, you there?
I am, Bill. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Awesome. Bill, thanks for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. I've got some exciting news for our crew here. From what we know at Kansas City Life, one of the products, we're in product development. We're at the final stages of getting this product developed. And from the research that we've done at Kansas City Life, there's nothing in the marketplace like it. This product should be rolled out probably somewhere around July 15th. So we're about maybe 3 weeks away, waiting on some technology to be up and running in the company. But this is our alternative to the dying breed of guaranteed universal life policies. What we've come up with is, as you can see in the middle of the screen, hopefully you guys can see my screen. This is an illustration that I was given. I don't have quoting software on it or anything like that because the product's not up and running, but it will be, like I said, in probably about 19 days. This is a term policy, and there's going to be 2 durations. We're calling it the longevity term. You can see it right there in the middle of the screen. Longevity term to 80 or longevity term to 85. These policies are going to look exactly like a term policy, but with a duration out to either age 80 or 85. Guaranteed premium, guaranteed death benefit to one of those 2 ages. The difference is it's going to cash accumulate almost like a guaranteed universal life policy. So for any of you who have been out there selling GULs, where the guaranteed death benefit is going out to age 120 or age 100, you've been dialing back the death benefit guarantee to save the client premium, it's pre-built right here. The difference between this and a lot of the GUL products that are out there is this will convert like a term policy. So from the company's perspective, we can price it slightly more competitively, mainly because it's a term policy. It has to accumulate cash in order to be able to keep the duration in place all the way out to age 85. So let me give you a quick example. These are big numbers, and I apologize for the size of the death benefit. Well, they're big if you're scared of selling $3 million policies. Personally, I think we should all be selling it. We'd all be making a lot more money and doing right for our clients. But so in this example here, we've got a $3 million policy on a 34-year-old preferred non-tobacco. You can see that up here in the top right-hand side of my screen. If I scroll down, you'll see that this illustration looks a lot like Kansas City Life's cashback illustration. You guys are going to see that here in a couple minutes. But we've got a $3 million guaranteed premium. Premium's big, again, $19,875, but think about what you're doing for your client. Also think about what your commission will look like. But as you can see in the middle of the screen, this thing is going to accumulate cash value. If you look right down the middle of the screen right here under the cash values, again, it's all guaranteed. This thing is going to accumulate cash, and it's going to grow. Client's 64 years old. He's got $569,000 worth of death benefit in there, or of cash value in there, I'm sorry. And then just like any other GUL, you see later on in life, this thing is going to start depleting. So if you take a peek right here in the 68 to 74 range, right when a lot of people's term policies are expiring, or right when they're getting ready to retire, whatever it might be. Let's call this guy 69 years old, getting ready to retire. This client can make a decision at that point to do a couple of things. Number one, he can either decide to take his cash value and run, which is $695,000, forced savings vehicle. He can keep the $3 million in face amount over here with the extended term insurance, not pay another premium, and it'll stay intact for another 12 years, 187 days. Or he could say, I don't want to pay another dime in premium, drop my death benefit down to $1.24 million, and now it's guaranteed to age 95. It will endow, and if the client's alive at 95, we'll cut him the death benefit. What's really, really cool about this policy is that as far as we know, this does not exist for any place else in the marketplace. So on this 34-year-old, this is essentially a 46-year term. No, I'm sorry. This is a 51-year term policy. You'll be able to write this policy all the way down to 20-year-olds. So that means you've got a 60 or a 65-year term policy in place, and it's not necessarily term. It's going to give your client all kinds of options later on in life, whether it be to take that paid up option, or if they find out they're terminally ill, stop paying premium. The extended term insurance will kick in. The original face amount will stay intact as long as they pass during that extended term time frame. Their family's going to receive the death benefit. we're thinking that this is going to be an excellent replacement for those of you that have been either selling GUL and you're realizing that fewer and fewer players are in the marketplace. Kansas City Life is one of them. We no longer have a GUL. Or if you're selling term and doing long-term planning for your clients and we're worried about their health significantly changing, you don't have to necessarily make that combination sale where you're selling some term, some permanent life insurance. You can use one-stop policy to get you where you want to be, and this will allow your clients to have all kinds of options as they grow and mature over the course of their life and over the course of their careers. So like I said, from what we know, there's not a product on the street that looks anything like this. And as I said, this thing should be available somewhere around July 15th. So look out for more information when it comes to this thing. All right. The other thing that I wanted to make sure we touched on, some marketing ideas here. Some of you have heard me speak before. Some of you are new to the call. Kansas City Life has some turnkey seminars completely built for you. All you need to do is plug and play them. So this is Kansas City Life's internal portal that all of you who are appointed with the company have access to. I went through, I'm going to go back so I can show you guys where I went. I went in through, this is the home screen. Up here, top right-hand box, I'm clicking on Advanced Sales. I'm coming in and clicking on Seminars, and I'm scrolling toward the bottom here. If you've got clients that are getting close to or already retired, we've got the Retirement Assuring Peace of Mind. This is going to be clients that you'll talk to about the distribution of their assets and how they're going to replace their income. Also, how they're going to replace their legacy to their friends and family. The PowerPoint is the presentation that you need. All the material that you would need is in place right here. In addition, probably starting fourth quarter this year, once the rest of the world is allowed to travel, my company is allowing me as a regional to travel, but they're not allowing our home office folks to travel. If you can pull together a large enough group of individuals, I'm allowed to fly in for you, my advanced markets attorney, Donna Signer, on Kansas City Life's expense. Your expense is to get the venue and provide whatever refreshment you want. I take care of everything else for you. I'll take care of developing your invitations and helping you e-blast them out. If you want to mail them out, I can take care of mailing as long as you take care of the postage. Well, we can do all the heavy lifting for you. But this is going to be your seminar, if you will, that will allow you to speak to people who are planning on retiring or already retired. If I scroll down, all the same stuff that I said just now holds true for our accumulation family. So if you got families or young couples or even single individuals, people who are starting out or are in the beginning stages of accumulating wealth and making sure that they've got insurance and all of that good stuff, this is an excellent seminar that you guys have access to use. Now, the other thing that I will tell you is if you think that you can put together a webinar and you will get an effective amount of people to attend and generate leads for you, I can have Donna do this virtually for you. I don't know about you, virtually doesn't work as well for me as in person, but for a lot of people, they seem to like it. All of this stuff can be used virtual. Donna's time is available if you want to use it virtually. I don't know of another carrier that you're going to come across that's going to tell you I got an advanced markets attorney that you can use for free. But because of your relationship with Levinson and our relationship with Levinson, you have these resources available to you. I'm going to close this screen. I'm going to jump into my illustration software because what I want to kind of wrap up with is I want to talk about Kansas City Life's return of premium product. I think we talked about it. We discussed it a little bit last time we were on. And last time we looked at it, we discussed it as an alternative to a final expense plan. And I can run an illustration if I've got time on that. But the reason why I want to bring it up again is because if you're comfortable with any level of technology whatsoever, you'll be really comfortable with utilizing Kansas City Life's internal electronic application, our express underwriting process, and you'll be able to get stuff issued. If your client's got average health, they have an average driving record, they have average credit, and we check an MIB to see what other insurance they've got in force. If everything is just average on the client, they don't need to be the healthiest person in the world. They don't need to have the best credit. If they've got a decent credit score somewhere in the 600s, they'll qualify for our Express program. If that's the case, I've seen our cashback product, and all of our products for that matter, through our electronic application and Express underwriting program, issue in an average of 7 days. 7 days for a fully underwritten product. We all know the difference between fully underwritten and a genuine simplified issue product. The premium's more expensive, the cost of insurance, right? This is a fully underwritten product. All of our products can be fully underwritten up to Preferred Elite if you use the Express underwriting program. So what I want to do is I want to take a peek at a cashback product. I'm going to just drop some information in here that I've already got pre-populated. Oops. Fingers are getting in the way there, sorry. Oops. Can't type there either, can I? 0501. All right, so we're looking at a 36-year-old male here. I'm going to run a preferred non-tobacco. We've got our cashback 30. You're looking at $79 for $100,000 worth of life insurance. Now, it sounds like a lot because it's only a 30-year term, but remember of all of the other ancillary benefits that you got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this up to $1 million. At $1 million, it looks pretty expensive there, right? What I want to do now is I want to jump over here, and I'm going to click on our income assured option rider, which is what controls the death benefit payout. And then I'm going to click Quick View. This is going to allow me to take a quick peek at how the illustration works. This isn't a deliverable. You would want to go to download if you want your deliverable to the client. But ultimately, you could be doing this over the computer in a Zoom call just like this with your clients, or a webinar just like this with your clients, where you're selling off the screen. And what you've got is you've got your illustrated rates over here, right? Pretty expensive premium. You see how this thing accumulates cash value right here in the middle. And at any point in time, the client can stop paying premium and they have paid up insurance. Anytime after the second year, they've got at least $10,000 worth of insurance. We come all the way over to this side, or all the way down to the bottom of the screen. You'll see that at the end of 30 years, they've accumulated $220,000 worth of cash value. They can have a $412,000 paid up whole life policy, or if they want to keep the original $1 million, it will stay intact for another 9 years, 199 days. All choices that the client can make at that point in time. You can be on a phone call, or as I said, a Zoom call. You can be negotiating how much insurance the client wants to purchase here. Once you get to this point, what we've got to do now is come over to the left side of the screen, click e-application. Let the computer think. Make sure we got tele-app bubbled at the top. This is really, really simple stuff. If over on the top right-hand side of the screen right here, if we've got a red exclamation point, it's not complete, so we need some information there. But it pre-populates the client's information. We put in beneficiary information. Discuss whether or not there's any other coverage. Answer a few questions here. Put in their billing information. Ask if they've got anything else in place, just checking to see if this is a replacement. We come down to the bottom of the screen. We click e-sign. If I had everything filled out, it would take me to confirm 2 email addresses, my email address and my client's email address. I click send. They will instantaneously get the equivalent of a DocuSign. It's a secure sign email. They click on it to sign it. It comes back to you. You click on it, sign it. Your business is submitted. Within 24 hours, the client's going to get a phone call. They're going to do the medical questions through exam 1. Once that interview is complete, the information comes back to the underwriter within 48 hours, and the underwriter can make a decision. And as I said, as long as the client's average health, average driving record, prescriptions, typical stuff is okay. Cholesterol, blood pressure meds. We're not going to request a labs for any of that stuff, we can issue this thing in anywhere between 7 and 9 days. Now, I personally have experience issuing 2 products with Kansas City Life, bigger VUL products, an $800,000 product and a $250,000 product. The husband was issued in 5 days because he made the call right away. The wife was issued 3 days later. She took 2 extra days to make the phone call. So it doesn't matter the size of the policy, up to $1 million in face amount for our express underwriting program. In addition, that applies to clients up to 50 years old. For clients between 50 and 60 years old, the maximum face amount is $500,000. So max face amount comes down a little bit, but you can still get up to preferred elite underwriting rates. I know I gave you guys a lot of information. I'm about 20 minutes in here. Andrew, Bill, if you have anything else for me that you'd like me to show, I'd love to do it. Otherwise, let me know what other questions I can answer for you, and I can turn this thing back over to you, or you can take it from me, Andrew, whichever way you got to do it.
No, that was great. Andrew, do we have questions that came in that you want to ask while Rob's on with us?
No questions. I had something, Rob, real quick. I
Sure.
know that with our relationship with Kansas City Life, our agents as independent agents have access to career level benefits with Kansas City Life. Can you just briefly touch on, the options available to them if they write a certain amount of business with you? They get, options to your health plan, your 401k. There's some other things, right, that they would have access to as if they were like an employee, right?
Yes, they do. There's actually no health insurance. I want to make sure we make that clear because otherwise I'd get in a lot of trouble. There's no health insurance. Are we still seeing my screen, Andrew?
Yes.
Yes, we do. We see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see this is our agent brochure. So the ancillary benefits
Wait, hold,
that Andrew.
Rob, it just went off. It was on your screen. Now it's back to the main page. There we go. That's it.
Okay. So that's a great question. So here's the ancillary benefits that we've got access to. These are compensation components that do not affect your commission payout. You can see that there are 7 different options here. The last 2 are the trips that we've got. We run 2 different trips. We run a top 1% for the company trip, which is Top Hatters. We run a top 10% trip for the company, which is President's Club. We're actually going to be getting back into that next year. If you qualify for our Top Hatters trip, you're going to Scotland for 10 days. So that's coming. But in addition, you see that there's a small group life and accidental death and disability policy you'll qualify for, a small group long-term disability policy. There's a renewal bonus. So yes, Kansas City Life still pays renewals on most of our products, including one of our term and our return of premium products. So you can actually increase your renewal compensation there depending on your production levels. The 2 big ones, though, are the 4th and the 5th one, the deferred comp, which is a non-contributory deferred comp. We're going to contribute anywhere between 4% of the commissions that you earn with Kansas City Life and 12% into a 401k type deferred comp program where you can pick and choose the mutual fund options inside. It's 100% Kansas City Life contribution, and you're immediately vested in your contribution. In addition, if you wanted to kick up that account value relatively quickly for yourself, you can participate in a stock bonus plan where Kansas City Life will match 50 cents on the dollar up to 5% of your commissions. That's where the 2.5% comes in. 50% of 5% is 2.5. But we'll match 50 cents on the dollar up to 5% of your commissions as you're helping yourself accumulate funds for your future retirement or whatever other needs you've got. So that's a real high-level overview of the comp components.
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll include this in today's thank you email that will go out to all participants. But again, now you see what I'm talking about when I said unique, different, value add. Okay, I don't know another carrier that has this type of value add platform for their agents. So, and Rob, we didn't even talk about one of the best parts. Once you're appointed, okay, you're set up with Levinson, Rob is available for you, okay? So if you're meeting with a client, and obviously we're here as well, but if you're working on, let's say, a big case or a complicated case, or you need Rob's help, if you think back to the way it was in the 80s and 90s, when these home offices were so involved with you as the agent, that's how Kansas City Life and Rob operates. So he'll speak to you, he'll do everything but talk to your client, literally. So always keep that in the back of your mind. And the whole home office works like that too. So again, another feather in their cap, I must say. So Rob, all right, good stuff, man. Thanks so much. We have a few other things we want to jump into that are new. Make sure you send in your contracting with an application, okay? Even some of the smaller gift of life products tied in with scholarship. Okay, this is a slam dunk. Everybody should be writing apps with Kansas City Life, okay, especially with all the value add. All right, let's jump right in here. So speaking of scholarship, if you think back, if you've been with us for a while now, okay, Kansas City Life was our first approved SAGE carrier, okay, and there's a reason why. So what I wanted Andrew to do now is talk about some of the new updates, the new colleges, some of the new marketing material, and things that you can put together on social media to start driving traffic, okay, which is the name of the game. Andrew? And Andrew, can we mute the other lines? We're still getting a little background. Before you jump in here, if we can do that, that
Yep.
would be great.
Let me go ahead and try to do that.
Perfect.
And Rob, if you have your line, you can go ahead and try to mute as well. We should be good to go.
Okay, perfect. All right, Andrew,
now it
you
sounds
want to
nice
take the
and
wheel?
clear. Yep, sounds like a plan. All right, well, appreciate everybody. And to Rob's point, KCL's got, one of the best portfolios out there. And as you can see, all the products are very hybrid-like. They all do different things for your client. You're buying term, it does ROP and cash value. You buy an IUL, it's got other, living benefits. You have all these different features out of their products, and it's really a unique thing. And what I wanted to go over was, our scholarship program and how to tie that into, developing more business for you, specifically in telling the Kansas City Life story. Kansas City Life, as Bill said, was the first carrier to adopt the SAGE program with us almost a decade ago, I would say. It's a long time. And so they've really been a big player for us with the scholarship program. And now, fast forward to today, we now have 427 active colleges in 46 states. Over $80 million of college tuition was redeemed last year, and it's climbing, should be over $100 million in 2021 beyond. So this is a working program. The statistics prove that. So on the screen in front of you, I wanted to just bring up these points as to what this can actually do for you. I get a lot of questions from agents that, they'll ask me, it sounds good, but what can this really do for me? Does this really work, and is it really worth my time? And the short answer to that is yes. And, Bill and I and everybody here, we always talk about how to differentiate yourself. It's a very competitive market. We all know that. Insurance is a great business to be in, but there's a lot of competition for the business. And so you need something that can differentiate yourself. So not only can you only get Kansas City Life with us, we're one of their only IMOs, but you then can add the SAGE Scholarship Program on top of it. So you get to differentiate yourself, attract your customers, retain them, okay, bring new money to the table. You have those seminar presentations that we discussed, right, with Rob. Those are really, I've had agents use them. They're a game changer. They're already pre-developed for you, and you can add the SAGE Scholarship to that presentation. And at the end of the day, it increases your customers' loyalty to you. They're not going to go anywhere if they have this from you and you're offering them a multi-$1,000 tuition scholarship value for their children, grandchildren, niece, nephew, etc. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see which carriers we have approved for the program. And I've highlighted, of course, Kansas City Life. On the bottom right, you can see Bill wearing our Ask Me About Free Scholarships pin. If you are appointed with Kansas City Life with us, we can go ahead and talk about getting those over to you. Just call our marketing team. We can discuss that. But now that COVID is really almost behind us, you can get out in the community and have this pin, have people come up and ask you what that actually is, and create a lead opportunity. With Insure Me Now Direct as well, we were talking about that earlier and the waves that it's making. The SAGE program is completely integrated into the Insure Me Now Direct experience. So any applicant that goes on there and buys a product is going to get the scholarship and be able to enroll within 2 minutes. So you can optimize this for social media marketing. We have custom videos available to you, which I'll send in our thank you email, how to get started with the SAGE marketing video. We have a lot of resources available to you to start positioning the scholarship program to increase your business, right? That's the bottom line. All right, on the next screen here, I want to go over some scholarship lead generating ideas that you can use. We were going to touch on this last webinar, but we were running a little short on time, so I will spend just a minute or two on this. These are some proven methodologies that you can use to really drive business back to you, right? We can talk about it all day long, but here are real ways to actually do it, right? So we know that they get a 500-point referral bonus, 500-point review. You're getting more leads because everybody you help should be sending you people for the same program, right? So every single person is going to get $500 tuition dollar in the form of points for those reviews. Obviously, I just talked about the scholarship pin, the online events and seminar opportunities, just discussed that with Kansas City Life, and of course, the children's whole life. I want to bring up a real agent case study that one of our agents has used, and I put it in the bottom of the screen there, and you can see there's a little gift basket with a teddy bear. So what one of our agents has done, and this is just getting scrappy, you don't have to do exactly this, but just start thinking about things like this. One of our agents actually would go to the state or county that they live in and download. They were able to get a list of families who recently had newborn children. Not sure how he did it, but I believe that's an available thing that you can get from your local county or jurisdiction. He then found those individuals and started sending out inexpensive gift sets or gift baskets with his information and a scholarship brochure and certificate for a $500 gift card. He was getting return calls. He was getting, activity from that. I mean, just think about the scrappiness. He would drop them off and just wait for those returns. I know a lot of real estate agents do the same thing. They call them pop buys or, drop-offs where you give little gifts. I'm not saying it's going to work in every environment. I'm just, I'm saying that this is just a scrappy way to create more activity, to create more opportunities, right? Another thing that an agent has done is daycare centers, after-school programs. If many of you have children, I'm sure you know about picking up and dropping off kids in the school line or, going in to pick up your kid at daycare. Most of those places, they may be willing to have your brochure sit on a counter. It doesn't cost them anything, doesn't cost you anything. And those are where parents frequent. So you could be putting things in those types of high traffic areas to drive more business back to you for that $500 gift card. And I'll put a link to that in the thank you email, but if you look on the right-hand side, that's a copy of what you can actually sign and give to any customer, okay? It's a Sage Scholars Tuition Rewards program. You can reward it to them, sign and date it. That is a legitimate program, $500 certificate value, no purchase necessary, okay? So no matter what they do, whether they buy or they don't, they can get that from you. So I wanted to go over some of these things just to get your creative juices flowing. Think of ways to really get this out in the community. Churches, religious groups, I went over an example last week. That's a really great way to put Insure Me Now Direct, the SAGE program, put it in the hands of the congregation, put it into study groups. That this is where people frequent and this is where people talk. I'm going to go ahead and get it over to Bill. He has a great example on how the Kansas City Life Return of Premium product can be used with the scholarship. Bill?
Okay, now talking about sales ideas, right? So today's time, we all know, right? It's a fact. Life insurance sales skyrocketing. The life insurance conversation skyrocketing. Okay, we're hopefully at the tail end of this pandemic. Okay, but like it or not, everyone is thinking and talking about life insurance. So if you're an agent out there, okay, I put my agent hat on. You have to get creative. We always say get scrappy, right? And when you think about, a baby, learning how to walk, okay, and how many times does that baby, stand up for the first time, fall back down, they'll do it, 5 more times, 10 more times. You don't say to yourself, oh, you know what? It's now the 20th time, over a 2-week period, my baby's not going to learn how to walk. Forget it. No. You're going to make sure if it takes 2 weeks, a year, 10 years, that baby is going to learn how to walk and you will stop at nothing, right? Until your child is walking. Okay. If you look at life insurance sales, your career, putting food on the table in that same aspect, right? Think about this. Okay. But you're saying to yourself, I'm going to make it. I'm going to get the word out there. I have to get scrappy. It's time to get creative, okay? All of the tools and resources are available to you. There's no excuse, okay? The best products, the best technology. It's now up to you. That's it. That's what it comes down to. And I know it's easier said than done, okay? But when you compare it to that baby learning how to walk, okay, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. We have podcasts where I interviewed agents for an hour. Okay. Doesn't matter. One guy is in his 70s. I have a woman in her 30s. I have 2 guys that work from home that are in their late 30s. It doesn't matter age, gender, doesn't make a difference, okay? These people are making over $1 million a year in life insurance commissions. And there's nothing different about them, okay? They're not different. They weren't born in a different way, okay? We're all the same, okay? If they can do it, you can do it. It's just a matter of who's willing to put the work and time in, right? That's the differentiator. So it's my job and our job here at Levinson to come up with unique ideas and strategies, right, to help you get scrappy and achieve your goal, okay? So this is another, I spend personally thousands and thousands every month just for the scholarship program so I can make this available to our agents for free. So you can make this available to your clients for free, okay? And you can get creative in your Facebook ad or your marketing piece or your e-blast, okay, or your post on social media, which, by the way, this is all free, okay? So with that said, here's another creative idea. Now, when you think about, and this is Kansas City Life, their infamous ROP product, which is hands down, I'm not just saying this because Rob's on the phone, there's nothing else that competes with the KCL ROP product. So when you think about this, okay, you're talking to a young family. This is a female, age 45, $250,000 of life insurance, okay, guaranteed death benefit. This is a guaranteed return of premium product, 20 years, okay? Now, let's say you're speaking to a spouse or breadwinner, doesn't make a difference, and you offer this product, this illustration, okay? You're looking at $250,000 premium at $74 a month, $74.99, okay? Let's look at now little Jenny, okay, who's going to be going to college, right, say in 17, 18, 19 years, okay? Let's look at this product in front of you. For 20 years, the breadwinner had protection for her family, okay? $250,000 of tax-free death benefit check in case something happens. So little Jenny can still go to college and live her life, okay, hopefully unchanged, okay? Well, except without her mother, which is a horrible thing, but we have to play devil's advocate as life insurance agents and protect. So here, $250,000 policy, okay? Now, if this client makes it the full 20 years, great news, and she probably will, okay? But here's the difference. And Andrew, if we can mute those other lines, I keep hearing a background noise. That would be great. Okay, the end of 20 years here, okay? Let's look at the column all the way over to the right, okay? So we have a total of just under $18,000 of total premium that was put in. We have a total of $18,000 of cash value coming out now in 20 years on top of a $43,000 scholarship that equals $61,000 to be used for little Jenny's 4-year tuition, okay? Can that pay for 4 years? Probably not. Would it help out for maybe 2 years, 3 years? Okay, absolutely. And God forbid Jenny's mother passed on, there's $250,000 of a tax-free check that's coming in, okay? Who wouldn't say yes to this? It's free insurance, okay? Andrew, can we, I hate to do this, but can we drop Rob's line? I think it's coming from that side. And by the way, folks,
it's still there, I think, Bill. I'm not sure where to
okay, it's okay. All right, we're just about done. I apologize if you hear that background noise. We're almost done here. But just get your arms wrapped around this, right? All of the money's coming back, guaranteed, plus the scholarship, right? If you explain this properly, you can put one of those they have those little dummy cartoon videos, cost you like $50 to put together. But if you can explain this to a consumer in black and white, very user-friendly, layman's terms, it's a slam dunk sale. It's free insurance, free scholarship for little Jenny. Now, we can do the same thing with a gift of life product for our grandparents, putting this on grandchildren, okay? We can do this with whole life. We can do this with UL, where at, let's say, 20 years, we can take a loan out, okay, or withdraw on top of that $43,000 scholarship. That can literally pay for a full 4-year tuition at any of our 430 colleges in the country, okay? So anyway, it's time to get scrappy. You can do this. I didn't even tell you the best part. you saw the list of all those carriers that are in the scholarship program. Okay, you're probably appointed with 1 or 2 or 5. Great. You can give this free to any of your past policyholders, not just moving forward. Okay, so think about that. Anyone you sell a new product to, yes, they get this free, even on Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, but if you sold 200 policies in the past with Kansas City Life or Allianz or LSW, you go back to those clients and say, hey, great news, for free, I can give you this 1-year scholarship because you bought a policy from me 7 years ago. Okay, think about the opportunities here, folks. Scrappy, okay, that's the name of the game, and this allows you to plant the seed, market, and brand, and be different than every other agent that's marketing to the same pool of prospects. Let's move forward real quick. So leads, name of the game. As you know, we all need hot leads, right? Okay, this is, by the way, the second most popular question that comes in our office. First one, of course, is commissions. Number 2, leads. That tells me we need to have a great lead program. In fact, we have the only lead program in the industry today with a 20% real guarantee. Okay, that doesn't mean if 3 of the leads were bad, you got to come back and write an essay and show me recordings and notes, and we're going to look at the last 20 years and how you lived your life. No. Okay, prove the 3 leads were not great or up to standards, 3 free leads, done. That's how simple. We now have term life and final expense. We have a webinar. Andrew, what's the date of our lead webinar?
It's going to be July 8th at 3 p.m.
July 8th. We're giving away a free batch at the end of the call. So make sure you're on that webinar. We'll have the vendor on. We're going to get one of our agents that's successful using the program today, but this is a slam dunk. Okay, I promise you, this works. Okay, and then by the way, when I say I promise you it works, I said I promise you it works. It's not perfect. It's not excellent. It's a good lead program with a guarantee. In my eyes, there's nothing else as good or better. Okay, so definitely worth a shot. Okay, let's move forward here. This was a podcast that I recorded yesterday. It was awesome. And let me tell you, this was a real treat. I had Austin Rivers, okay, who is Doc Rivers' son. He plays in the NBA for the Denver Nuggets. In fact, they just were in the playoffs. And as soon as he got back home to Orlando, he promised to do this podcast with me. And it's a great interview. It just talks all about, inspiration, motivation, what it takes, right, to get to the big leagues. And that could be for an insurance agent, for an NBA star. It doesn't make a difference. So anyway, this was awesome. We're going to launch this on Monday, I believe. Okay, and it's Austin Rivers. That's his father on the right, Doc Rivers. This was a real treat, and I really hope you enjoy it. And please, I want to hear from you. I want your feedback. Okay, I want to make these better every single month when we record these new episodes. We were lucky enough. We had Jorge Soler from the Cubs World Series team, Gary Vaynerchuk, Forbes 500, Jeff Levitetz, now Austin Rivers. It's only getting bigger and better, and these are built for you all. Okay, that's it. Just for our agents to say, hey, I picked up an idea or two, and I'm going to use this in my everyday life to get bigger and better. Doesn't matter, personal, business, I don't care. As long as you're getting bigger and better every single day. Okay, real quick, these are our upcoming training events. So every day of the week, we have our agency automator calls. These are live. They're hosted by Kevin, our programmer, and these are open forums, chat rooms. So you can ask questions. You can go back and forth with other agents, what's working for them, what's not. You can ask Kevin his opinion. We talk about the website builder, CRM, prospecting, using our database, all of the above. Okay, now on the bottom, that's what you're on right now, the weekly training webinar series. So real quick, the one I want to mention on the 1st of July, this is a great one because we have a platform for you all. If you want that professional WordPress website and you want to have someone run your 3 social media platforms, no problem. Okay, we have a co-op discounted fee, right? Ken handles all of this for us. We made some updates. We have a new online referral system where when the client goes in and they say, hey, I'm in Coral Springs, I want a life insurance quote. Okay, if you're the closest agent demographically, you win. It's your lead. Done. So anyway, we're going to show you how that works on the bottom. we're relaunching the 20% lead program, 20% guarantee, and we're giving away a free batch of leads on the 8th at 3 p.m. Make sure you're on that call. It's now term life and final expense starting at $12. Can't beat it. Okay, our last slide and our question of the day. First, I'm going to have my Positive Tuesday quote, bottom left corner, and this is a big deal. And I don't care if you're 16 or 84 and a half years old, if you're in Naples, Florida, if you're in Sacramento, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, this is a big one. The moment you realize that you can be yourself and it doesn't matter what others think or say is the same moment your life will turn for the better, right? They say, run your own race, right? Stay in your lane. There's no crazy idea that's off the wall. Think about that Bezos, idea when he was talking about Amazon, 22 and a half years ago, right? People thought he was nuts. Amazon, that's a jungle. What is he talking about? Okay. Look at him today. Look at Elon Musk. There's so many. So none of your ideas are off the wall. Okay. And be you. Okay. Get creative, get scrappy, build your brand, market, plug away every week. You should have a new post, a new article, a new blog, okay, a new LinkedIn ad, whatever it is. Have your YouTube videos, 1 to 2 minutes. Talk about this new return of premium term with free scholarship, free insurance, folks. Doesn't get any better, okay? And all it takes is one. And then one, it turns into 7 and 10. Okay, enough of my ranting. The moment we've been waiting for, and real quick, I apologize for the background noise. It threw me off a little bit, and I guess there's a problem with the software, but it doesn't matter. Either way, this was great. Everybody stayed on. We had hundreds of people on, so I appreciate you all taking the time. We'll end with our question of the day. Okay, make sure your little fingers are on your keyboard and you are ready to go. By the way, you can't text me or send me an email. Okay, I get tons of texts and emails with answers, but you have to use your question box. Okay, because we're going to announce the winner right now. So make sure you're paying attention. Okay, it's a two-part question. Tell me on the podcast I just recorded yesterday, what's the father and son name, the duo, the NBA basketball duo. Tell me the father and son's name of the podcast I recorded yesterday. Okay, I just spoke about it 2 slides ago. Tell me just the first name of the father, first name of the son, or the full name. Doesn't matter. Andrew, do we have a winner?
We do have a winner. We had a lot of correct answers coming at this really close together, but the first
Who was first, Andrew? Tell us who was number one.
Bob R. Bob R. is the first person to get it right. He answered first.
Bob, congratulations. What state is Bob calling from?
New Jersey.
Bob from Jersey. The answer was Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers on the Bill Levinson Experience podcast that'll go out on Monday. Congrats, Bob. Thank you to everyone for taking the time, okay? And we're going to send a thank you email, like I said. If you don't get it, let us know. That means we have your wrong email address, or maybe you changed it, or maybe it's sitting in your spam folder, or maybe we don't have it at all, so call in. With that said, have a great Thursday, a great Friday, great weekend. Thank you again, everyone, for taking the time.